Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's All Black and White TV. Yes, it definitely is me. If you do like what you see, then please do smash the like. Help this channel up the search results. Hang on, I've got next at the moment, so just bear with me. There we are, I've sorted that out now. Yes, so if you do smash the like, that'd be great. Thank you. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, please smash the subscribe. Come and join this great community we have here, and the bell notification lets you know when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. If you want to become a member, it's 99p. Just click the join button. And if you want to make a donation, you can do that in the chat by hitting the $sign. So, right. Let's get into the action. Sefton says, have a great show. I'm predicting the draw, but hopefully a 2-1 win. How are you, the lads? Yeah, absolutely, Sefton. And hey, Sefton, one thing is, I know you're on your way to work, so you'll probably catch up with this show later. But what I want to ask you, Sefton, is, if Newcastle score, are you going to celebrate in front of your wife? I hope you do, mate. I hope you do, because at the end of the day, it's your own team, mate, isn't it? So you just have to put your suit of armour on, mate. Andrew says, hey, you lot, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Andrew. Hope you're well. Magdalene says, tune, absolutely. You're getting your makeup on? No, not at all. I love it if we beat Clottery's whinge bags. Yeah, do you know what it is, Mag? Absolutely. And we've got to, haven't we, really? Evening, Tony. Hope you're well. Yeah, thanks, John. Absolutely great, mate. And hope you're well too. Paul Gardner says, evening, Tony. Good evening to you, Paul. Evening, Tony says, yeah, good evening to you. Antagonizing says, first time watching. Hope you're all well, lads. Yeah, absolutely great, mate. Thank you. And if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe and smash the like as well. That'd be great. Thank you. Rolly, no, he's partying tonight apparently, so he's at a wedding or something. I don't know. 3-0 tune win, says Paul Gardner. Yeah, I hope so. Kate says, hi Tony, how you doing? From Kate. And Jonathan, 3-1 in UFC on Sunday. Do you know what? That'd be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? Yeah. And John gives a thumbs up. Yeah, I just want to say there, obviously you've probably saw I've got a new intro at the start now. If you've heard it, I had to just put something together. But I'm unable to use Junior's Turner's song at the moment, because not because of Junior, but because of the production company. They've actually said I shouldn't be using it, but I've had permission from Junior, so he's going to sort it out for me with them, just to say to them, look, he's got permission and it's already sorted. So I just thought I'll put a different tune on tonight, just something different, because, you know, just I don't want to upset anybody. But no, Junior, I'll get sorted. He's absolutely fine. Matt says, hi Tony. Hi Matt, hope you're well. Johnson, I thought I was on the wrong channel. No, you're certainly not on the wrong channel. The music's not too bad at all, that one, is it? And so, yeah, it's a bit of rock music, but I just thought that on, you know, so we'll see what happens. Gary says, hi, Tony, okay, mate? Yeah, absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely fine. Tony has a history of violating copyrights. Nah, it's not so much of that. I think it's because, obviously, the production company have seen me using it and probably thinking, oh, hang on, he shouldn't be using that, and we're going to report it. But yeah, I mean, look, as I say, I just had to sort it with Junior, but Junior's going to sort it with them anyway, and then he'll get back to me and I'll just use it. I just said to him, look, I'm not going to use it at the moment, just until you sort it out, mate. That's canny. Yeah, it's not bad at all, is it? It's called like a, it's not non-copyright music, but yeah, it's not a non-copyright music, so I can't be done for it. I don't go out my way to do anything like that to get me. I've not had any strikes, by the way, so it's not a strike against me. It's just a claim, and that's all it is to it. Kate says, how did myself and Jonathan come on your live? If you have Facebook or Twitter or whatever, just let me know, and we can find out a way of messaging you and get you on. Any chance of Kylie? Oh, come on, JB, you're pushing on, yeah. I should be so lucky. It's better the devil you know, though, isn't it? We've not got Twitter, Tony. Right, okay. If you've got Facebook, then drop me a name and I'll drop into my Facebook page. Andrew says, tune in for Algerian player. Oh, God, Andrew. Nice try, mate. 40th birthday today, so all I want is a 3-0 win against Liverpool. Happy birthday, Paul Gardner. And the big 4-0, mate. It's a great age to be at, isn't it, you know? See, life begins at 40, so we shall see. Evening, Tony, says Alan. Good evening, Alan. Hope you're well, mate. JB says 40th 4-0, get a tenner on. Hey, do you know what? That's a good shot. That is really good. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would have a go at that. I mean, you know, what, it's worth a tenner in it at 4-0. I wonder what the odds are for. I don't know what the odds are for it, mind, but I'm sure the odds will be pretty good, pretty decent. So yeah, try it. Why not try it? You know, put the odds on, and you never know. See what happens. So yeah. So we're going to look at ahead at the Liverpool game. So we'll have a look at the Liverpool game, and you know, but we'll see what happens on that one. I'll just put something in the comment for Kate. There you go, Kate. So we'll look to head to the Liverpool game, which is going to be a great game by all means on Sunday. Andrew's laughing at that. Paul's going to put a 4-0 on that. I've just put it in the chat there for you, Kate. John says 3-1. Antagonised, I can't see them getting anything right on Sunday. They're a little bit of turmoil at the moment with pre-match with Turkey teeth earlier. He looks worried. He does look worried, doesn't he? And do you know what it is? It's about time we just turned them over. Sai says, I can see us going in for a first half hour like we did against them last season, Spurs. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? If they want a quick game, we'll give them a quick game. John says, I'm expecting a bit of a note one, to be fair. Okay, right. So, Eddie Howe's press conference today. We'll go through his key bits, what he had to say in the press conference. We know Joe Linton hobbled off against City last Saturday. Eddie said, Joe is fine. We didn't see him in the first part of the week, but he's trained the latter part of the week, so fingers crossed he's okay. So that sounds like Joe Linton should be fit to play on Sunday, barring any issues. On Joe Willock's ongoing recovery from his hamstring problem, Eddie Howe had to say he's making good progress. I'd say this is the strongest he's looked in terms of his hamstring. I think he's had his hamstring re-scanned a couple of days ago, and the report on that scan was very, very good, no problems. He's had a bit of fatigue in his hamstring. I don't think there's a major re-injury, but he's done really well. He's committed to his work. We hope that he will be training around with us at the international break time. So, a couple of weeks' time there'll be an international break. So hopefully, Joe Willock won't be too far away now. That sounds hopeful. Javier Manquillo has returned to training at Benton, and Eddie Howe had to say he's back with us. He went for a period of treatment abroad, but he's back, and hopefully he will train today. So, now then, on Lewis Hall, who could make his debut on Sunday, and the versatility he offers as well. Remember, he can play in 6 different positions. Eddie Howe said, he played against us a couple of times last year. He impressed me as someone so young to come into those situations and perform the way he did. Preparing for those games, we watched a lot of Chelsea, and he had just broken in before our first game, I believe. He caught my eye immediately. I really liked his attitude, how he played the game, his physical attributes, his technical attributes. So I think he's going to be a good signing for us. I think he has the attributes to play in many different positions. He's only recently in his career converted to left back. So I think he probably had a year's training and playing there. But he's also played as a number 8, a number 6, a left wing back, a left back. And even for England, he's played as a centre back in a back three. and a back four, I believe. There's real versatility, and that's one of the attractions for us, because going into the season, we're going to need as many players as we can in different positions. So Eddie Howe had a lot to say there about Lewis Hall, and a lot of positive. I mean, the amount of positions he can play in is absolutely brilliant. He's only been converted to left back, but I tell you what, he looks a terrific prospect, and we really can't wait to see him play and excel. On Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, last season's games against them, they're changing makeup after a number of summer signings. He says, look, these games are iconic, really, throughout the Premier League. The Newcastle-Liverpool battles. Last year, we were disappointed with 2 defeats for us. The one at Anfield was a difficult night. Last minute of the game has been replayed in my mind many times. The game at home was painful in a different way, probably more painful for Nick Pope because he missed the Carabao Cup final. And it was a day where we didn't start very well, and I thought we played very well with 10 men against 11. There's slight tweaks in Liverpool's setup, so I'd say I don't think the main principles have changed. They're still very, very good at what they've been historically good at for the last 4 or 5 years. They're a very difficult team to play against, but they are building a new team, you would say, with slightly different characteristics in midfield. They're an elite team with an elite manager. They're very, very good, and they're coming back strong for sure. We know this is a really good early test for us, following on from Manchester City and Aston Villa. So we know Liverpool's changed their midfield around. No Henderson, no Fabinho. They've got McAllister, they've got Szoboszlai. I look at that game and I don't think there's a lot to fear from Liverpool, in all honesty. Keep Salah quiet and I think we should be fine. I really do. So yeah, that's what Eddie's had to say on the team, but it certainly is going to be totally unexpected, but I'm sure we'll go out there and we'll give it our best shot and try and beat them. What is your picture, Tony? It'll be me, my partner on Facebook, so if you can see a picture, I'll have to have a look for you and I'll tell you in a minute, Kate. BS says, Lewis Miley, not in the under-21, so he's in the squad for Sunday. That's interesting, isn't it? John says, hopefully Eddie will have the team up and ready to give a reaction from the last game. I think he will, John, absolutely, mate, definitely. He's got to, hasn't he? I don't think Eddie will change it up much, to be honest. I think more or less the same starting lineup myself, but I would switch up a little. I mean, yeah, I think he'll go with the same lineup because, look, let Gordon antagonise Liverpool because of them being at Everton, and so give Gordon a shot. I would say keep him playing. Clarky says, hi guys, is this live? Of course it's live, Clarky. Yes, it's live, mate. It's not a pre-recorded. It's a live show tonight, mate. Same here. I'm expecting unchanged side. Yes, it is, Clarky. I think we can blow them away if we start right. Yeah, I think we can as well. In the words of Eddie Howe, if they want a quick give, let's fucking give them it. That's exactly what we want to do. Yeah, definitely live, Clarky. I know, mate, I just joined. We're 12 minutes in. Good, I hate the pre-records. Well, sometimes when I do pre-record, Clarky, it's because if other shows have been on and I'll just try and wangle it around, so I might have to do a pre-record now and then, but normally that's in the mornings if I do pre-records, because obviously I'm on my way to work, so it's not really feasible to do a live when I'm going to work. Tony says he's going to stay alive until now before Sunday's kick-off. Not a chance. I'm out tomorrow. I'm away to Sandringham tomorrow, so I won't be... Paula, I want all of my Kylie if I take a cut Hamlet. God, JB. Julie says, hi all. Hi, Julie. Hope you're well. Clarky says, if we're live, how many fingers I got? I don't know. Can't see you, Clarky. But if you want proof it's live, Clarky, it is now 20:47 on Friday, the 25th of August, 2023. There you go. If you want it any live other than that, there you go. So that's the proof you need there. Definitely. Have a guess. 3. What picture you got? I can't find it. Okay. Try the channel. It's all black and white TV group, Kate. And then if you join there, if you click request to join after the show, I'll get you in that way, and then I can send you a friend request. So if you look for It's All Black and White TV on Facebook. Yours says shit, he's right. Hey, you see, I should be putting the lottery on, shouldn't I? Really, you know. You never know. I might win some money. Right. So anyway, let's get into some news that we've all been looking forward to for somewhat. We've all been dying for this news to happen, and we're, you know, and it felt like Christmas this morning when we heard from Keith Downey. Finally, it looks like he is on his way out the club, Ryan Fraser. It looks like he's going down to Southampton on loan for the season. Get in. I hope Southampton are paying a proportion of his wages, because I hope we're not paying the whole lot. Really pleased that he's going. Get him out the club. It's a shame they can't take him permanently, but it's a step in the right direction. He's going on a loan deal. Get rid. Good riddance. And go and enjoy the Championship for the rest of the season. And hopefully, if you do well for Southampton, they might want to sign you on permanently. So pleased this guy is going. There is a God. And yeah, so excellent. He's on his way out. And I don't normally say that about players, but this guy's attitude is just all wrong, and it's not the attitude you want from somebody at the club. So excellent news that he's actually on his way out the club. So yeah, whatever you guys think, let me know in the chat, and we'll go through some of the comments. So I'm sure people are really happy about this news with Ryan Fraser leaving our club at last. In fact, I'll tell you what, Ian's not on tonight at the minute, but when he comes on the chat, Ian will be relieved that he's not going to Celtic now, won't he? He'll be happy. And he won't be living next door to him in Berwick. Antagonising says, I've seen some of them bullshit bogus mouth say from some of them regarding the move for Bruno, pure scare tactic. I've seen this going around, and honestly, there's no way Bruno's going anywhere. He'll get a new contract, believe me. He'll get a new contract. There's no way Bruno's going anywhere. So I just take no note. Speak of the devil, there he is. Ian. Hi, Ian. Hope you're well. And what you thinking about Ryan Fraser, mate? I bet you're happy he's not going to Celtic now, aren't you? And he won't be your buddy at question. Pub or home for the Liverpool game? St James is not an option. Well, I'll be watching at home. Do you know what part, Clark? I would say get yourself the pub, mate. Pub. Especially if there's a big home ground there. Get yourself the pub. It'll be bouncing. Yeah, definitely pub. Everybody help him out in the chat. Where should Clarky do on Sunday? Should he go to the pub to watch the game, or should he stay at home? So get your answers in there, and whoever's got the most, that's what Clarky will have to do. So should Clarky go to the pub or stay at home for the Liverpool game? Get clicking, guys. Get clicking. Is it with an obligation to buy? I'm not sure. All I know is a loan deal, so I don't know if it's an obligation or not to buy. Maybe we might know more once it's actually signed and sealed. Paul Hansen, evening all. Good evening, Paul. Hope you're well. Best of luck to Fraser. Yeah. We will be paying half his wages. Yeah, I thought so. when you're finished. Yeah, Tony, please could you find us? Yeah, I'll have a look out for you on. I'll put your name in Facebook after the show, and I'll have a look for you, and I'll see if I can find you that way, Kate. I am Tony Lawler. I bet you are. Bet you're happy. Will Fraser leave and help our FFP? Well, half the wages might do if that's what they're paying, 50% wages, but it's not really a massive help. We would need them off the books altogether, really, don't we? Yes, so sad, Tony Lawler. BS says the Bruno move is simply because they think they're all behind the Saudis moving for Salah. Stir things up, especially after Salah from July. Yeah, it's a load of crap. It's not happening. Clarky says there's some Scouse bastards there, though. Yeah. Pub, Clarky. Pub. Pub. Julie says pub as well. And enjoy the atmosphere. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why Happy Fraser would be good in the Scottish League. And that's not insulting Celtic with the league's poor. Yeah, absolutely, Alan. Definitely, mate. Fraser going, Julie says, get the celebration on. Pub, drink. Got him till 25. Yeah, he's still got a contract, hasn't he? Liverpool want Bruno. This is their way of unsettling him. Absolutely, Julie. And there's no way he's going to Liverpool. Let's be honest. We'll get his new contract signed out and he'll go. And he'll stay at Newcastle and he'll be going nowhere. Liverpool couldn't afford him anyway. Poor saying sauce. Yeah, Liverpool couldn't afford him, could they? So, right. Now there's another rumour going around tonight, or earlier this evening that we saw. And it's concerning our club captain, Jamal Lascelles. Yes, Jamal Lascelles could be on the move soon as well. Besiktas in Turkey are very interested in taking Jamal Lascelles on. Now, although I know he's happy at the club, but the fact that he could get more game time playing for Besiktas could mean that he moves on to there. Now then, the only way he moves is if we've got cover. So if we can get somebody in to replace him, then I haven't got a problem with him leaving. And I would say good luck to the guy because he has been a let's say, you know, he's done well for us. He's been a great servant. So if he does go, I say wish him well. But just hope we get a replacement in before we decide to part ways with him. Because, as I say, we don't want to really let him go and then not have anybody cover. Remember John Shaw Shelby, when he left, we didn't have any cover for him. So we don't want to be in that same predicament. And there's only 1 week left now of the transfer window. So we've got to be quick if we're going to get a replacement in. Looking at the pub then. The landlord is a Toon fan though, so not too bad. There you go, Clarky. See what it is, Clarky? The power of the chat. The power of the chat has spoken, and they have said, go to the pub. Go to the pub. There you go. See, I put out there as a vote, and I said, what should Clarky do? And that's exactly what you do. Go to the pub, mate. Julie says, a few places on the internet, they do want him so bad. They're not getting him. And Tax says, I'd have done Fraser. I would have drawn Fraser to him myself and totally agree, Julie. Yeah, absolutely. David Veach, good evening to you, David. Hope you're well, mate. He says, the Liverpool Bruno link is from a well-known troll and not true. To be honest, I haven't seen the link. But yeah, I can't see it happening in all honesty. Why would we want to sell to a rival? And I couldn't see we're doing that. Julie says Besiktas would be a good move for Lascelles. Yeah, absolutely. Lascelles don't leave unless we have a guaranteed replacement. But as I said earlier, Lewis Hall can actually play centre back as well. So, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. Surely we get a replacement. I'm sure we would do, yeah, definitely. They will have to move fast to replace him. Like, even if they do, he's actually not a bad backup, so we'll need someone off decent. Yeah, I mean, look, Trap Sober is one of them we're looking at. Tadibo is another one we're looking at. So again, we'll see what happens. I mean, look, the Turkish window, that's open for about another week after our window shuts, I think, or another 2 weeks. So it's, yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Clarky says, what about our troll link with Salah going to Saudi? Yeah, well, that's not happening, is it? So again, we'll just see what happens with that one. So we've got Liverpool on Sunday. Look, Liverpool started off with a draw against Chelsea. Chelsea could have won that game, but they didn't. Then Liverpool were 1 down to Bournemouth quite early. It could have been 2 down if it wasn't for VAR. They came back and won 3-1. I think the penalty they got was a bit dubious. I didn't think it was a penalty. I thought Szoboszlai made a meal of it, in all honesty. But Bournemouth looked the better team, and Liverpool were struggling defensively at the back. Even the goalkeeper, Alisson, was even terrible. He was all over the place. So I kind of look at that and think we could exploit that. The way we play with pace, intensity. So I can see us going out there and getting into Liverpool's back line. If we go out there and beat Liverpool, that will send a message out as well. Klopp won't be happy. He's already complained about the chairs, that he's got to sit on temporary seating because the dugouts are being renewed. Down to see what the new dugouts are going to look like. In the seats as well, I bet the seats are going to be top class as well. I bet they're not going to be those ones that we've had in there recently. Obviously, they'll be heated. Well, not for the away dugout, they won't be. They'll leave them cold. And why not? Leave them cold. I wouldn't let them have any heat. So look, it's going to be a great game as long as we come out with the 3 points, and that would be absolutely fantastic. Team news, I think we'll stay with the same in team news. I think we'll stay with the same team, in all honesty, unless he decides he's going to put Gordon on the bench and play Barnes from the start. But in all honesty, I would start with Gordon, because I think Gordon will give Liverpool problems, especially Trent Alexander-Arnold with his pace. We know Trent Alexander-Arnold's not very clever at right back. So we'll have to wait and see on that one, see what's happening. Let's just get into some comments here. JB says, depends on how much we get offered for Lascelles. Remember, multiply the fee by 4 and that's what we could spend, including. I mean, that's the thing. If Lascelles goes, even if we got 10 million for Lascelles, look, if we got 10 million off Besiktas for Lascelles, gets his wages off, and it gives us money for FFP as well. So it's all win-win. It could upset the apple cart, yeah. I don't know why anyone has given this Bruno crap attention. It's not even worth acknowledging. Absolutely, Gary. I didn't even know anything about it until I came on tonight, so that shows you how much I've looked around today on social media. Alex Murphy can fill in for Lascelles. Absolutely, Paul. Do you know what, Paul? He played well in the American tournament. I thought he did all right in the American series. So, yeah, he can. He's not a bad player either. Episode 3 release for Shambolic. Oh, I don't know what's happened. I haven't seen it yet, so I'll have to watch it. But what happened, Clarky? How was it? What, did it not get released on time? Do let us know. Antagonizing says, I can't see Lascelles happening if we get a knock to Botman. It is a problem, yet Murphy has potential, but not ideal. Yeah, do you know what? I see where you're coming from on that one. I quite agree with that. But again, it all depends if the club have got somebody lined up to come in. If they're happy to let Lascelles go, then they must have a lineup. They must have somebody replacing them. We don't know what the club are doing. For all we know, they could be working on a deal with a centre back and nobody knows about it. So again, we just wait and see. We've got a week left of the window, so let's see what happens. Konate is out. Yeah, absolutely. That's a blow for Liverpool, isn't it? That's huge. We never seem to get a result against Liverpool. So seeing, yeah, I mean, look, I remember the results against Liverpool when we beat them 2-0 at St James's Park when Pacino, James Perch, got Pepe Reina sent off. When Reina went in with his head and Pacino hit the ground, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. It was comical. It was at my side where I was as well. I mean, look, at the time I said to somebody next to me, he's made a meal of that. But I don't blame him. I didn't blame him. Because how many times have we had it happen to us where players have gone down easy and made a meal of it? So I thought it's nice for a bit of payback. Yes, Reina was fuming when he got sent off. I remember Pardew's first game. I was at that game. We beat Liverpool 3-1 that night. We still called it Chris Hughton's team because technically it wasn't Pardew's team as far as we were concerned. And we made our feelings known that night in the ground that it was all Chris Hughton, which Pardew did not like apparently. So we've had mixed results, but we haven't had the best of results for Liverpool. So I think it's about time we got one over them now and beat them. So hopefully we'll go and beat them on Sunday. Gary says they're so lucky against us. Aye, yeah, Gary. They're always been lucky. I mean, look, last season down at Anfield, Nick Pope wasted about a minute and a half. But why was there another minute and a half added on top of that as well? So the minute and a half had been played that Nick Pope had used up. So why did Mariner send another minute and a half on? Which then enabled Carvalho to get that goal. And also, Isak was denied a second goal because they couldn't tell whose shadow was whose. They couldn't see if that was Gomez or Isak's shadow. I didn't think you played with shadows. I thought you played off the players. So, to me, it sounds a bit of a conspiracy. Joe Linton, Alex Murphy's not ready yet. Yeah, maybe not. But, we'll see. Alex is playing tonight. He won't be in the squad Sunday. Yeah, probably not. John says delayed until 8 a.m. BS says I stayed up. Oh, right, okay, then is that why? Oh, I stayed up for release at midnight. It wasn't released till 8 a.m. and they didn't tell anyone. I mean, that's poor from Amazon. They should have let people know that what time that was being released. So after the show, I am going to watch that documentary and see what happens. So I look forward to it. I stayed at 1:15 for episode 3, ended up watching it at 7:30 a.m. Poor in it. Poor. Gary. Jesus, Gary. Nobody seems to be talking about this Tonali to Everton rumour. Again, yeah. Everton couldn't afford his bootlaces now. Mind his wages. This is a different Newcastle now, though, says Paul. Absolutely, Paul. We're a different team. And look, Liverpool's midfield's got a gel. So it's going to take time, but we've got the players in that team to hurt Liverpool, and let's hope we do that on Sunday. Paul Anson says, instead of midnight, it wasn't released till about 8. That's very poor indeed from Amazon. It should have been announced, really, that. It was meant to drop at midnight, but dropped about 9 hours later. Lord stayed off for it, and there was up on Twitter, especially the early releases last week. They've done that deliberate. So I think next week, you know what will happen next week? Everybody will think, well, it's not coming on at midnight. We'll just go to bed, and then all of a sudden it'll drop at bloody midnight. I stayed up till 1-ish. JB says, yeah, the Fat Man years against Liverpool don't count. We were fine before that. Yeah, we were. I mean, I remember when we beat them at St James's with Andy Cole scoring a hat-trick. But then we all know what happened after that game. Well, it wasn't just after that game, but it was years after that game. It actually came out that Bruce Grobler was involved in a betting scandal. That supposedly had a bet on that Andy Cole would get a hat-trick. And if you go back and watch them goals, that Andy Cole scores, they look far too easy. And it looks like Groblow's not trying. So it does make you wonder, what some of these players will do. I mean, nowadays you can't get away with it as much now, but you could back then. Our bogey time, Ian, we will tear them a new arsehole this weekend. Let's hope so, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, we was robbed that night, Tony. Yeah, we were, absolutely, Ian. I was incensed that night. It was a great start. Isak got the goal, his debut goal, got off and running. We were like, yes, come on, And the second goal didn't count, and then Firmino scored the equaliser. And then right at the death, as soon as he scored the winner, Mariner blows the whistle, and you're like, oh, okay then. And if you remember in that game, it wasn't just the fact that Carvalho scored that goal, but if you remember, that game was marred by Harvey Elliott and Carvalho when they done that little gun salute at the end, when somebody had just been shot in Liverpool. So it really wasn't great, was it? Because I think it was after that little girl lost her life in Liverpool, if we all remember. So yeah, it wasn't great timing from them, and I still don't know why to this day they did not get done off the FA for that, because they should have been screwed for that. Clark, you see, it's just watched April 3 was quality. Like, yeah, I'm going to watch it as well later. Sorry, I mean 8:30. Got it at 7:30. I got angry by 12:05, went to bed, says Paul Gardner. You gave it 5 minutes, did you? Yeah. By the way, guys, what's everyone's opinion on crooked Mike Dean? Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, look. Do you know what? There's another game we'll go back to that we lost to Anfield 3-1. Look, I remember that game because Shelvey scored the first goal for us. That was a night Jamal Lewis got injured when he had started playing well for us as well. But Shelvey got us off to the perfect start with the goal against Liverpool. And then we had two players down the box with head injuries, and Mike Dean did not stop that game and carried on. They got an equaliser. And then for the goal that Trent Alexander-Arnold scored, Shelvey was well in line to see it, and Mike Dean ran across the ball, which then impeded the view of John Joe Shelvey, which then gave Trent Alexander-Arnold the perfect opportunity to strike it in the top of the net, and there was nothing nobody could do about that. So yeah, Mike Dean is another one. And apparently his sons are season ticket holders at Liverpool, but how true that is, we do not know. John says, bent as bent from their bent land. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Blakey says, I think they'll murder the bin dippers on Sunday. They aren't anything special. Our intensity will be too much for them, and they'll play high line like Villa. Do you know what, Blakey? First of all, mate, nice to see you on the channel, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, absolutely. We will smash them on Sunday. I do think we will. I think this is going to be a cracking game. It could be in La Villa. Ian says, forgot about that, Tony. Yeah, absolutely. I thought Mike Prime was playing up, says Paul. Yeah. I didn't need Mike Dean interview to know he was dodgy and arrogant. God, he is, isn't he? Well, the thing with Mike Dean is it's all about him. If you watch him on the pitch, it's like he's got to be the centre of attention for everything. I remember when it was on Sky, they were showing the Tranmere game, when he was at the Tranmere game, not against us, when they were in the playoffs a couple of seasons ago. And they kept panning the camera and they said, oh, look, there's Mike Dean cheering in the crowd. And I'm like, why do we want to see Mike Dean cheering in the crowd for Tranmere? I couldn't care less, A lot of bents, yeah. Antagonising says, Dean has had more backhanders than Sam Allardyce. Well, this is what gets me, right? Look, I'm not from Liverpool, so obviously I'm not a majority, but I don't really know the ins and outs of Liverpool. But if Rowley was on, he probably would have explained it more because he lives down that way. But Mike Dean comes from the Wirral. Now, to me, the Wirral is Liverpool, or is it two different places? But it's on or in the outskirts of Liverpool. But even if he is from the Wirral, how on earth how could he referee a Liverpool game if he's only from up the road? If that's the case, then we should have Michael Oliver refereeing our games, and shouldn't we? And I just don't get it. I really don't. Same with Anthony Taylor. He's from Greater Manchester, Altrincham, but he goes and does Man City games, Man U games. I'm not sure how that works, to be fair. JB says, after Villa, I don't think anyone will dare go highline against us anytime soon. We could have had 3 or 4 more last 30 minutes. Do you know what? We could have. I think if we'd come out that Villa game when that 7 or 8-1, nobody would have batted an eyelid, because I would have said, wow. And we could have won that game by 7 or 8. Wilson had a great chance to score. Tonali had a chance to score. So did Isak to get his hat-trick. So, yeah, I mean, look, when you think about it, we could have won that game 8-1, hands down. JB says it's like Gateshead fan with a Mag family reffing us. Yeah, you're absolutely spot on there. It's just absolute madness. It really is. Really is madness. I mean, what's people's scores predictions for Sunday? Do get your score predictions in. I'm still going down the route that we'll win 3-1. Yeah, I'm going to go down the route of 3-1 still. So what's your predictions, guys? Get them in, and girls, in the chat. And yeah, I'll be interested to see what people have to say. Blakey says, if you look at both squads, I think we have the better players in Liverpool. And when could we last say that? Do you know what, Blakey? You've hit the nail on the head. I mean, look, like I said at the start of the show, they've lost Henderson, they've lost Fabinho. Two good players in their team. And replaced them. Obviously, Szoboszlai is a good player, but he's going to take time to get used to the Premier League. Yes, you can look great against Bournemouth. No disrespect to Bournemouth, but you can do. But when you come up against a top team, that's where he's going to be severely tested. They've got McAllister. We know he's used to the Premier League, so he's Premier League ready. But again, he's got to gel into the system of Jurgen Klopp. So yeah, I agree with that. Mighty Win says, just spotted this. No notification, evening all. Do you know what it is, Mighty Win? I've had this a few times off people where they've said YouTube haven't notified them. I just don't know what goes on with YouTube. Sometimes I really don't. But welcome to the show, mate, and nice to see you. Blakey says 3-1. Yeah, definitely 3-1. That's my scoreline. David Hutchinson, good evening, Tony, mate. I'm going for a 2-1 win. Good evening to you, David. Hope you're well. Yeah, absolutely. 2-1. Yeah, but I'm going 3-1. But yeah, that's a good score as well. Bias says 3-0. John says 3-1. And Tag goes, I'm going for 3 now. I can't see them scoring, but maybe not, no. Who knows? Love to see an Isak hat-trick, says Gary. Yeah, definitely. Paul Anson says 4-1 the tune. Yeah. Mighty Win says 1-0 plus a goal every 10 minutes after the first one. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Ian says, I think it'll be a draw 2-2. Pool score in the 15th minute of injury time. That's interesting, You've said that, Ian. And I totally forgot about that. Yeah, the new rules. We can play more injury time. So I just wonder, it's John Brooks, the referee. I just wonder how much he'll actually make up time just to play more football. Yeah, that's a good shout, Ian. A very good shout, mate. Alan says, yes, 3-1 for me, but can't discount. This lot are a good team, regardless of last season. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 2-0, Joe Linton hat-trick. Clarky, Jesus. My notifications are playing up earlier today, but fine now, says JB. Yeah, they do sometimes with YouTube. I don't know what goes on with them. I can see a send off in some controversy, says Beer. I can as well, yeah. Send off for Liverpool, hopefully. Gary says, clip me, Burrows. Ferguson's watch for the games against us. Julie's going 4-3. Wow, Julie, that's a good score, isn't it? But we don't want to that close, do we, really? But I see what you mean. I wonder if Klopp keeps an eye on Mad Dog in the tech area with Eddie. Oh, he's probably going to. I think this is a stupid rule because, look, Jason Tyndall has worked with Eddie Howe for a long, long time since the Bournemouth days, and they've always been in the dugout together. Eddie Howe's even said, look, when he used to travel to go and watch games and things like that, they used to travel in a car for 5 hours together. I mean, look, they've done everything together. They're like, they're just brothers from another mother. But the problem is, the Premier League now decided to bring out a rule where you can only have one person in the technical area. And I think they've done that deliberate. I think that's aimed at us. I don't think that's aimed at anybody else but us. Anything to upset us. And they're probably thinking if they do that we aren't going to do so well. Well, I think they've got it totally wrong because I don't think it matters, because all Eddie Howe's got to do is go back to the bench and say to Jason Tyndall, what you're picking up on. And he go, this, that, and to that. Right, okay. Eddie Howe goes back out and sorts it out. So I think the Premier League have made an error on that, really. Blakey says, well, the game last season when Pope was sent off, but apart from that, you could tell the players' minds were on the cup final following weekend. We will have revenge on Sunday, no doubt. Yeah, I think that cup played heavy on our minds. I mean, look, against Liverpool with the 10 men, we were absolutely brilliant. We played really well. Maxi was on fire that day. Obviously, Maxi's not chair no more. But yeah, I think it'll be different this time round. But I'm hoping this time round the players have learned. I hope the players have learned from the cup final last year that the next time we get to a cup final, keep focus on what we're doing in hand. Keep focus on the games. Don't let your mind wander to a cup final. Just think, right, okay, you've got there, put out your mind, concentrate on the games. I think if we'd done that last season, we probably would have finished higher than we did. Julie says Bruno will get the win and go mental and jump the crowd. You know what? That would be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? McAllister, 35 million. That's exactly what he's worth. So Bosley, though, what a player. Hope he comes here and thinks, F me, I dropped the right bollock, not coming here. Do you know what it is? I think you're right. I bet you win. I think you will. I think you'll see the crowd. You'll see the flags. See how we play, and you may think, do you know what? That really is my game, and I would love to have been involved in that. But he wanted Liverpool, and Liverpool wanted him. Clipper need to get sent off yet. Julie says Clipper gets sent off. Mad Dog escorts him off the pitch. That would be brilliant, Julie, wouldn't it? There's definitely going to be flashpoints. Oh, do you know what? You know it's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. We were unlucky to lose playing 70 minutes with 10 last season. Bring it on. Yeah, absolutely, JB. David Hutchinson says, I'm just getting sick of Klopp complaining about us all the time. He needs to F right off. Do you know what it is, David? He's just got nothing. He's got nothing constructive to say about Newcastle. And that is the problem with Jurgen Klopp. Nothing constructive comes out that man's mouth. Just bitterness. It's like he's sucking on a lemon completely. Or constantly, I should say. Off the sidelines, rather. Yeah. It's definitely aimed at us, Tony. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is definitely aimed at us. I mean, look, we know this is why the Premier League are doing everything they can, but it's not going to halt. It's not going to halt our progress. John says just petty. Yeah, absolutely. Clarky says, could Howe just put Tyndall on a leash and see it's his dog? What we have to watch for is Klopp working the fourth official. He does it constantly. Yeah, he does. It's about time that man just got a red card. Mighty Win says, Blakey, last season we played them off the park with 10 men. Just couldn't finish the chances created, same as the whole season. That's the thing, Mighty Win. You're absolutely spot on. We could not score. That was the thing. And it was the same at Man City the week after the cup final. They weren't that great. But we just could not finish. We were just not clinical. So, yeah. If we scored 1 or 2 against Liverpool, I think we would have probably gone on and either got a draw at that game or won it. JP says, where coaches stand shouldn't be an issue. The problem is the lunatic fringe behaviour, Clipley fraternity. That's the thing, the way he runs up and down, jumping around. That should be stopped. The same with, who's the other one? Arteta. Arteta's another one that does that. Have you seen the Nico Williams links? What links are they for Nico Williams? What is he wanting? Are the Saudis wanting them? Are they? Because I'm not sure what links they are to Nico Williams. Interesting one, no? We'll just have to wait and see. Is it links for us or is it links for the Saudi Arabian? I thought, interesting one if it is though, because he is a very good player, Nico Williams. He's only 21. Yeah, interesting. He's a right winger as well. But I've not seen any links. Yep, agree. We played well, and despite that, everything else, absolutely Blakey. Clarky says if Pope had gone through with the league header, he stays on and we probably win. Yeah, maybe, yeah. And he wouldn't have been suspended for the cup final. But I thought Karius played all right in the cup final. 55 million for Bagfoot from McAllister. John Brooks was awful that day at Villa. Blew for every challenge, slowed the game right down. Yes, he did. He was terrible. As soon as Clippity starts a kangaroo impressions, the crowd will go bananas. Can't wait. John says, Sean a man under stress. We must be inside his head. Yeah, because he's always constantly talking about us, isn't he? Absolutely. Paul Robson, hi Tony mate. Hi Paul, hope you're well, my friend. What's your prediction for Sunday, Paul? Do get it in. And do you think we'll have an unchanged team, Paul, or would you make any changes? Bia says, links to us posted today, and Newcastle Fans TV just reposted it on Twitter. Interesting. I know we were linked to Lozano yesterday, weren't we? But I don't think that's a goer, to be fair. Links for Nico Williams, only small website, so says Clarkey. But again, who knows? Remember, we have a good relationship with Athletic Club after when we played them in the final, in the friendly last season, not this season, the season before, last pre-season. So, they could probably do a deal with us that could go undetected. And do you know what? I would take it, absolutely. Biasi's direct swap for Paul Dummett. I don't think they would take Paul Dummett, mate. I think they would just say, nah, we'll just, we'll not bother with that one. Clarky says, I was at a friendly. Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? I mean, look, they've kept in really good touch with Newcastle Athletic Club have, and they were really, really classy. They were really classy. Absolutely brilliant. Chelsea's winning 2-0. I'm not surprised against Luton Town, to be fair. I didn't expect Luton to go down there and get a win, but I thought they might, Luton might go in and give them a bit of a game. So, because Sterling put them ahead, didn't he? So yeah, who scored the second for Chelsea? Because it's still showing 1-0 at the moment on the BBC. Oh, Raheem Sterling's got 2. Paul Robson says, keep the side unchanged, mate. I think 2-0, Toon as well. We go for revenge as we owe to them from last season, mate. Yeah, absolutely, Paul. I said unchanged team. I think, unleash Gordon against them. Because I know when he played for Everton, he was a thorn in their side. And he can get in their heads as well. So, yeah, absolutely, mate. I'm going 3-1, by the way, Paul. 2 for Sterling. We are 3 players short of an elite squad. Right centre-back, right winger and striker, says Clarkey. That's not bad, is it? Luton look dreadful. Yeah, they could have the points record, couldn't they? They got to sort themselves out. Blakey says Luton were on top as well. Okay. Sterling says Mighty Wayne. I think Klopp's problem is that he sees us as a team that's going to stop him getting regular Champions League football. Well, he's got to learn, hasn't he? Chelsea don't look great at all against the relegation favourites. John says, looking very weak. I don't think we will be signing anyone else this window unless there are injuries. Thing is, Ian, no. Remember last season? We're not signing anybody else. And Isak come walking in the door. So you just got to remember Eddie's good at playing the media by saying we've done all our business and just giving the media a false sense of security. They got no finishers. I don't see any cutting edge from Sheffield United or Luton. Burnley look better. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all. Yeah, it's just come through now. 2-0. Who's in goal for Luton? Kaminsky. Krul's on the bench. Yeah, they just don't look great, do they? Clarky says Luton haven't played at home yet, so don't forget. Do you know what? That's not a bad show, Clarky, because they're going to come up against teams around them, like the Sheffield United and things like that. And I think if they play at, once they play at home, it could be a different team altogether. Because remember, teams are going to go to Kenilworth Road, and it's going to be totally different. The likes of your Man Cities, the likes of Man Uniteds. It's just going to be totally different. Only a few days to go, but I'm still waiting for that announcement that Castor have accepted an early severance payment and they're going to sell them out between now and Adidas taking over. That would be absolutely fantastic, matey. Because I tell you what, look, Castor, I've got nothing against them, but I don't think they can cope with the demand. But it's not just the fact they can't cope with the demand; it's all this stuff they keep bringing out, and I'm thinking, Christ's sake, there's a cost of living crisis. Parents are under pressure because what'll happen is they'll bring out a new training top and the kids will go to school and they'll go, have you got this training top? No, I haven't. Oh, it's just been brought out by Castor. You need to get it. Be part of the gang. And kids are going home and putting pressure on their parents. And I just think it's totally unfair. It really is. So I think the sooner we get rid of Castor, the better. Is that why they've got a free delivery slot this week? Is that why this weekend it's all free delivery? I hope I'm wrong. Luton need to pick up a lot of home points. Yeah, definitely. Luton are keeping games close. They have a chance. Yeah, absolutely. I wonder when we will hear more about the stadium plans. Haven't we got experts looking into what can be done? Yeah, they have, Blakey. So again, yeah, we're just waiting to see what happens on that. So we'll wait with interest. Mikey Wynn says Adidas go straight in and the marquee signing is close to close the window. And Mbappe and Wilson to Sports. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Ian says just have to wait and see. Not long left till the window closes. Absolutely. We will finish top 5 this season regardless of cups. Is Eddie Howe's got the squad primed now, and we will only get better as well. Absolutely, Paul. Well said, mate. Well said. Antagonising, so I think Luton are getting written off too much by the media. I hope they turn it around. Do you know what? I would love to see Luton turn it around and stay in the Premier League. Do you know? I would. Look, happened with Huddersfield. They were written off and they stayed up, didn't they? Went down the following season. Kostov done a decent job in Estelle, to be fair, but nice shirts, but we go bigger. Absolutely, Chloe. But after 30 days, I cancelled my third kit and the icon, and the loons sent it out without anyway. Couldn't make it up. Jesus. Bring back the granite collar. Best top you ever had. Do you know what? Absolutely. Matey Wynn says, how long, Tony? What's wrong with their parents saying don't enter little bro? No, I'm not saying it. You know, I think it's right that the parents say no. But I just think, you know, the way there's the cost of living at the moment, I just think Cousteau should have had a bit more sense, you know. But again, yeah, I just think it's silly, really, in a way. But no, parents have got every right to say no, because why should they have to keep forking out on tops? It's just absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I shouldn't say. I wasn't saying for any reason that parents should go out and buy every top that goes, because I don't think they should. I think it's wrong. John says, long term be the next 5 years. Can't see Chelsea, Man U or Spurs doing much this season. No, I think Spurs just look great because Man U are shit. Hope everything go down. I hope they do. I really do, Paul. I think it's time now, isn't it? It's time to go. And that result against Villa was disgraceful, wasn't it? So they've got to go. 3-0 Chelsea. Wow. Yeah, Jackson. So he's on the score sheet now. That's so that's interesting. Nicholas Jackson scores to make it 3-0. Imagine we get Mbappe, Chiesa and Anderson on the back of the Adidas deal. Yeah. Jackson. Huddersfield kept the ball well. Luton now down 3 and Chelsea look average. Had him as captain 3 now. Peer pressure though. Yeah. We were lucky to get a year. Yeah, absolutely. Get one a year. 3-0 says Mighty Win as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like I say, the Cousteau, it'll be nice to see them go. There's been a lot of problems with them with deliveries and things like that. I mean, look, my mate, he put a complaint into them. He's been waiting for his top for weeks now. And he's now had an email back from them. He sent them a shitty email saying he wasn't happy and absolutely disgraced with them. They've now sent him an email back saying, oh, we're going to waive the delivery charge and your shirt will be with you soon. He says, but it's only $4.50 for the delivery. And I says, well, yeah, but it's $4.50. It's better in your pocket than their pocket, so take it. So we'll see what happens with that one. So hopefully he gets that very soon. JB says, so many top clubs still look vulnerable defensively. Our back four were good at Man City. They were, absolutely. Kept Haaland quiet. Botman was brilliant. He was a rock. John says, got a bit of pace, this Jackson. Yeah, he did well against us in the States. He scored that goal. I thought he looks really good. Mighty Win says, very much like when we play teams, they can keep with us for 60 to 70 minutes and they run out of steam. Yeah, absolutely. Paul says, hit the likes, guys. Thank you very much indeed, Paul. What's happened there? Seem to have lost me. There we go. GB says, tell your mate to get a refund and they'll send it anyways. Yeah. Well, that happened to me last year. I got the home shirt. I ordered it on pre-order day. It was in the shops before I even got it. And I got it, I think it arrived about a week before the season started. And because I paid through PayPal, they had said, "Oh, we'll give you free delivery." So I was like, "Okay then." And they said, "It's come via Royal Mail." Great. When's it coming? "Oh, it'll be there next week." Great. Okay. We'll send you an email just to confirm. I thought, well, I'm still waiting for an email. Still not there. Still not there. I thought, I've had enough of this. I sent them an email and said, "Look, don't bother sending it out. Just leave it. I don't want it now." Went to PayPal, put a dispute on. What's your dispute? "Not received my goods. I want a refund." PayPal said, "We'll be back to you within 7 days." PayPal came back in 7 days, said, "We've had no response from Castore, so we have refunded you." So I got my money back from PayPal. I'm surprised Castore didn't even bother checking. And then 2 days after that, my shirt turned up and I was like, "Oh, okay." But right, okay, fair enough. Sod them. That's what I said. Mighty Win says, "Got an excellent light ratio tonight. Well done, everyone." Yeah, thank you very much indeed to everybody as well. So guys, I've kind of come to the end of the show, but it's been a great show tonight, and it's been great chat as well tonight. Everybody in the chat's been absolutely fantastic tonight. We all voted for Clarkey. He's got to go to the pub now. He asked if he should stay at home or go to the pub. Everybody said pub, so Clarkey's going to go to the pub on Sunday and enjoy the football. Well, hopefully enjoy it. Let's hope we smash the bin dip, as we call them. If you have liked what you see, please do smash that like. It does help the channel. So if you haven't yet smashed that like, then please do. Also, if you are brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe. Be part of this great community. And also that bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. Got some comments in here. Antagonizing says, "Best Riddick store. I ordered the limited edition shirt, paid for next day delivery, and ended up getting a refund 5 months later. Serious, the top came. Wow, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Eddie playing Miggy differently this season. Have you noticed how he runs across the defence to overload the left?" Yeah, I noticed that as well, because last season, once he got found out, when he was having to shift from right to left, he had two players on him. So, yeah, I see what he's doing. Niall says, "Big ups, great show, Tony boy." Thank you very much indeed, Niall. Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Pub, yeah, absolutely. Thanks, everyone. Good crack. Yeah, you too, mate. Thanks a lot. Antagonizing. Cheers, lads. Top show. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. See you on the next one. Ian says, "Cheers, Tony. Great show. Thanks very much." Clarky says, "Pub guys. Thanks, everybody." Yeah, absolutely. John says, "Good night, everyone. Keep safe." Yeah, you too, mate. Cheers. Cheers, Tony says, "Bleaty." Yeah, you too, mate. Thanks for coming on. Great show, Tony says, John. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Catches all later. Take it easy, says Gary. Yeah, absolutely, mate. But do remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. And, as Dee Reams once said, things will get better, and they will get better, because eventually we will win trophies. And that'll be great once we do start doing that. Clarky says, "Great show, Tony." Cheers, Clarky. Blakey says, "Up the fucking marks." Absolutely, mate. Fuck the Reds. Absolutely. Cheers, antagonizing. And right, you win. Thank you very much indeed, my friend. JB says, "Let's get all behind the lads on Sunday, big time." Absolutely, let's do it. Let's do it. We can do it. We can go out there and we can smash Liverpool, and let's hope we do. As I say, thank you for joining me tonight. It's been a great show, and it's bye-bye from me, and how are you, the lads?